Hello. Okay. Turn off timer. Great. Love Google. Hi, welcome. Just want to make sure you can see everything. If I leave the camera where it is, let's do a little bit more like that. Awesome. Hello, Miss Katya. Today we're going to be doing a 16-minute yoga flow. Probably pretty relaxed, pretty low key. Before we get started, let's go ahead and find a comfortable seated position that can either be cross-legged, the way that I'm sitting now, or half lotus, the way that I'm sitting now, or on your knees, sitting on your ankles, whatever works for you. But go ahead and just close your eyes gently. Relax the muscles in your face and your neck and your shoulders. And begin to breathe deeply in and out through your nose. Throughout today's practice, we'll be breathing in and out through our nose to make sure that the air that we get is as filtered as possible. And then throughout today's practice, I'll ask you to bring your attention back to your breath, especially in poses where sometimes it's easy to forget to breathe. Take a moment and become aware of your body. If you're sitting with your butt on the ground, go ahead and see if you can move your glutes out of the way. Just grab them, pull them over to the side a little bit, and feel your two sit bones that push straight down to the ground. You can feel yourself balanced on your sit bones, align your shoulders with your hips, and relax your neck. When thoughts arise, as they do, go ahead and just let them pass. Bring your attention back to the inflow and outflow of breath through your nose. And if you'd like to set an intention for today's practice, whether that's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, something else, now's a great time to do that. One thing that I really like to do is set an intention of gratitude to the lineage of teachers who have communicated the knowledge of yoga, that I've been lucky enough to receive just a little bit of that knowledge to be able to share my practice with you. As part of that acknowledgement, I need to recognize that what we'll be practicing today is just asanas. It's one of the 8 limbs of yoga. Yoga is an ancient science and spiritual practice that originated in India, and I feel very honored to have been able to learn a little bit about it. And if you enjoy this practice or other yoga practices, I highly encourage you to a little bit deeper. I had a teacher who said, the goal of yoga is to be able to sit comfortably for a long time. And that's literally because asanas are the third branch of the 8 branches of yoga, preparing you to be able to sit comfortably and meditate for a long time. but I also feel like the union of your breath and your movement brings stability to the mind and to the soul that allows us to sit comfortably in ourselves for a long time. And that's what's going to be guiding my practice today. With this inhale, make sure that you're sitting up straight, shoulders are rolled back and down. And exhale, drop your head to the left and gently let your head roll in front and back. Rolling your head left at whatever pace feels right to you. Trying to get the whole range of motion. Whenever you feel ready, go ahead and switch direction. And trying to get that whole range of motion into your neck. Breathing deeply throughout this movement. Your next exhale, let your head hang. If you'd like to interlace your fingers behind your head, gently just pull the back of your head straight down a little bit to get that extra stretch through your upper back. Breathing deeply in and out through your nose. Inhale, we're going to come back to center. This time we're going to take our right hand, place it on the left side of our head. Inhale. Exhale, release the head over to the right. Pulling gently with your hand. Inhale, exhale, drop your head just a little bit. And a little bit of diagonal. Feel the stretch in that go back towards your shoulder. Your cheeks are coming down towards your chest. And inhale, come back up. Place your left hand on the right side of your head and exhale, bend your left ear towards your left shoulder, breathing deeply. Inhale and exhale, tilt your head just a little bit further. And again, maybe adjust your hands, it's a little more on the back right part of your head. Just creating that stretch through your neck, through your shoulders. Exhale and inhale. And back to center. We're going to place our hands behind us. Put your hands behind you, fingers pointing towards your hips, shoulders rolled back. Push your chest out. Inhale. Exhale, release your head, gentle back bend. We'll take a few breaths here. And inhale, walk yourself back up. And extend our hands out in front of us, palms up. Let your fingers drop onto the ground. And start to walk your hands out, your wrists out a little bit on the ground. Be a good stretch through that front inside part of our wrists that don't get above. Inhale, come up, flip your wrists over, And walk them out again on the other side. Whatever feels right. This is also a good opportunity to get a little bit of stretch into our thumbs. If you want to just grab your thumbs with either hand, massage them a little bit. We're going to inhale again, extend our arms out in front of us, bring our hands to our shoulders, and inhale, roll our elbows back. Trying to make big circles with our elbows. Seeing if we can get our elbows to touch behind us and to touch in front. Rolling our shoulders back and down, all the way around. And the other direction. Inhale, come up. Exhale through. Try and keep your back straight. And release. Go ahead, roll your shoulders out a little bit. And take it to roll your wrists out as well. Going out. In. Great, next we're going to place our right foot out in front of us. Our left leg is tucked underneath. And we're interlacing our fingers underneath our right thigh. Inhale, we're going to extend our legs straight out in front of us. Exhale, we're going to pull in our knee towards our chest. So inhale, like straight up. Exhale, pull back in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull in. Feel free to go with your own breath, trying to keep your shoulders. Just got a crick in my hip. Trying to keep your shoulders down, your back straight, and your weight balanced on your tailbone. Let's do two more. Inhale up. One more inhale up. Exhale, pull in. And release your foot back down to the ground. We're going to do some circles first with our ankle, rolling clockwise, and then in the other direction, rolling counterclockwise. We're going to extend the circle, start moving our whole foot, drawing circles with our toe. These can be as big or as small as you want, depending on how comfortable your knees are. And switch direction. Again, trying to keep your back straight, your weight on your tailbone. And release. Move this candle around. Oops. Then we're going to tuck our right leg underneath ourselves, placing your left foot straight on the ground, interlacing your fingers behind your left thigh. And again, we're going to inhale, extend our leg straight out. Exhale, pull our knee into our chest. Inhale, extend, straighten or flex your foot. Exhale, bend and pull in. Do 5 more of these. Inhale out. Exhale, pull in. With your own breath. 4. Making sure you're breathing with the movement. 3. 2. 1. Releasing our foot. Now we're going to do circles with our ankles, followed by circles with our knees. And you're going to start counterclockwise with the left foot. And then going clockwise. However much you like, whatever's comfortable for you. And moving on to doing full rotations from our knee. Trying to get some movement in there. And switch to the other side. And releasing your legs. We're going to come sit sideways on our mat. Extend our legs straight out in front of us into staff pose. Again, trying to make sure that you're sitting right on top of your tailbones and your shoulders are in line with your hips. We're going to inhale, open our leg out to however much is comfortable for us. Again, trying to make sure that we're keeping our weight on our tailbone. Sometimes it'll feel like we're leaning forward a bit more. Let's just start out, since this is a new position, kind of a lot, let's just start out gently walking our hands forward a little bit. Breathing deeply in and out through your nose. Noticing points of tension in our body. And generously, graciously, breathing our breath towards those areas. Assuring them that it's okay to relax. It's okay to let go. We can come a little bit further into our stretch. Part of breathing deeply and relaxing. It's also honoring your limits and not going any further than what your body wants to do. So make sure that you're also honoring yourself in that way. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. Exhale, inhale, we're going to come up. Twist our body over to the right. Inhale, straight back up. Exhale, try to get your chest coming straight down towards your knee. And so our goal in this position, we're keeping both of our legs flexed. And we're trying to get our chest in line with our knee and to come straight down so that our stretch is a little bit through like the side of our back, but mostly through our hamstring, through our right hamstring. So again, we're inhaling, inhale, flat back. Exhale, release, bend down a little bit. Go ahead, find yourself wherever's comfortable. Remember that the goal of this position is not to get your head on your leg, but more to get your stomach on your thigh. So we're really trying to bend from the hips instead of bending from the back. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And inhale deeply through the nose, walking yourself back up into our neutral seated position. I'm going to take my socks off. I don't like doing yoga in socks. And again, we're going to do the same thing, but this time on the other side. You can readjust if necessary. I have interesting hips, which sometimes get a little bit angry with me, so sometimes I need to readjust. So again, we're going to inhale straight up. Exhale, we're going to turn towards the left. And again, inhale straight up, looking up. And exhale, walk our hands forward to wherever's comfortable. Really making sure that we're trying to turn at our hips and not at the upper back, not at the lower back. But we're trying to keep our back as straight as possible. It's difficult. Coming straight down with the intention of getting our stomach closer to our thighs. And we breathe deeply. With every breath, try to become aware The points of the body that I'm holding tension right now. Direct your breath towards those areas and feel them release. As you release, you might notice new stretches in different parts of your body. I just realized that as I released some of the tension I was holding in my glutes, I found a stretch right here above my hip. Let's take one more deep breath here. And inhale, come back through center. We're going to do something similar now, but instead of turning our whole body, we're going to keep our shoulders facing straight, and we're going to lean sideways. So here we are, inhaling, breathing up, straightening our back, rolling our shoulders all the way back and down our spine. We're going to inhale, reach our left arm up, and exhale, come over, trying to keep our shoulders perpendicular to the ground as much as possible. If you'd like, you can also place your right hand on the outside of your foot. Inhale, deeply stretch your left arm up and over, and exhale, release. With every breath, allow yourself to come a little bit further into the stretch until you find yourself somewhere really comfortable. And exhale. Just take more breaths here, deeply in and out through the nose. 2, 1. And inhale, gently use your hands, walk yourself back up. Gently, gently. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So inhale, stretching our back up, looking up. Reaching our right arm up towards the sky, and exhale, reaching all the way over to the left. And we're going to reach up towards the corner of our rooms, and exhale, release. Reaching over towards our toes, if not completely there yet. Trying to keep our shoulders open throughout all of this. Remembering to breathe deeply in and out through your nose. With each breath, feeling the stretch go a little bit deeper. Accessing more the flexibility inherent in your muscles. And moving through the stretch with gratitude. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And exhale. Next inhale, go ahead. Gently walk yourself back up to seated position. Check in with your body. See how you're feeling. Give your shoulders a little bit of a roll. And we're going to gently walk our feet back into the center. Go ahead, shake out your legs a little bit. Give them some gratitude, maybe a little bit of a massage for everything that they've just been through for you. And we're going to come to tabletop position. And In tabletop, our wrists are directly underneath our shoulders. Our knees are directly underneath our hips. Our fingers are splayed out on the ground. And from here, we're going to inhale, arch our back, look up towards the sky. And exhale, curve our back, look at our belly button. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, look at your belly button and curve. Now go with the flow of your own breath and just try to make sure that you're moving throughout this entire breath. Don't pause too much at the beginning or the end of the stretch. Just keep your body moving up and down. Each time seeing if you can get a little bit deeper. Checking in with each of your vertebrae to see how they feel. Let's do 2 more of these. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, come through. Next inhale, let's just come to neutral. I'm going to do one of my favorite stretches, one of my favorite poses. We're going to inhale, reach our left arm straight up to the sky, trying to keep our hips still in line with our knees. Let your gaze follow your left hand up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to thread your left hand underneath between your right hand and your right knee, bringing your head and your shoulder just barely to the ground. Next inhale, come all the way up. Again, reaching up towards the sky. And exhale, reaching down and through. That's 2. Inhale, come up. Exhale through. That's 3. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come all the way through. That's 4. Inhale, come up. And here on our 5th one, go ahead and just make a few circles with your arm. See if you can get even deeper movement into your shoulder blades. And then all the way up. Exhale. Gonna thread our hands through, drop our head and shoulders to the ground, and inhale our right arm up towards the sky. If you like, you can stay in this position, or you can rotate your right hand, bend at the elbow, use your right hand to grab your left thigh, opening yourself up even more towards the sky. Let's stay here for 10 breaths. 10, 9, 8. Try to make sure your hips are still in line with your knees. You're not falling over too much. The left side. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, go ahead and release. Place your right hand on the ground. Inhale, push yourself back up. And we're going to come back into tabletop and our wrists underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, we're going to reach our right arm straight up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to thread it between our left hand and our left knee, bringing our shoulder and head to touch on the ground. Inhale, we're going to come up. Exhale, thread through. 2. Inhale, come up. Exhale, thread through 3. Inhale, come up. Exhale, thread through 4. Inhale, come up. Exhale, thread through 5. Oh, I forgot. Let's do one more. Inhale, we're going to reach up and start drawing some big circles. Big circles with your arm, with your shoulder, with your elbow. Just try to get really deep movement into those shoulders. Inhale, up. And exhale, thread through, dropping your head and shoulders to the ground and opening your left arm up towards the sky. Again, trying to keep your hips more or less in line with your knees. This will also give you a deeper stretch in your shoulders. And if you'd like, you can stay here. Rotate your hand, bend at the elbow, and use your left arm to grab your right thigh. And we'll take 10 breaths here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, go ahead, bring your left hand back down to the ground. Inhale, push yourself up. And we'll find ourselves back in tabletop. Once we're here, go ahead. Bring a little bit of movement into your shoulders again. Sort of what we did earlier. Just letting yourself move around. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and tuck your toes underneath your feet. You're going to push back to our first downward facing dog of the day. In downward facing dog, make sure that your shoulders, as always, are rolled away from your ears and down your back. And gently just start pedaling out your hamstrings, trying to get some movement in there. Inhale, we're going to reach our right leg straight up to the sky. And exhale, we're going to bring our right leg through the outside of your right foot. If you'd like, you can stay in this position with your hands supporting you on the ground. If you'd like, you can drop your right knee to the ground. And again, either stay here or come to your elbows. Wherever you'd like, just go ahead and stay there. We're going to take 5 breaths here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, we're going to push ourselves up, bringing our hands to the top of our knee. And if you'd like, you can stay here if this is a good quad stretch for you. If you'd like, you can also place your left hand on the ground, bend your left knee, and bring your right hand back to grab your left foot. In either case, keep your gaze facing forward. And continue breathing deeply in and out through your nose. Take 5 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, release your leg behind you. Place your right hand and your left hand down on the ground, and you're going to inhale, push yourself back into your downward facing dog. We find ourselves in our downward facing dog again. Make sure you're really rooting through all of your fingers on the ground. Your tailbone is pointing up towards the sky, and keep on walking out your legs, your hamstrings. Inhale, we're gonna bring our left leg straight up towards the sky, and exhale, step through, placing our left foot outside our left hand. You can either stay here with your knee up, or you can drop your knee down to the ground. If you'd like, you can stay either in this pose with your hands planted firmly on the ground, and come down to your elbows, whichever is more comfortable for you in this position. Notice how the right and left sides of your body are a little bit different. That means that maybe that you did on your right side feels different on your left. And breathe deeply in and out through your nose. We're going to take 5 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, push yourself up. And if you'd like, you can either bring your hands to your knee interlaced and push yourself up for a deeper stretch through your front quad. Or you can place your right hand on the ground, bend your right knee, inhale and reach back with your left foot, with your left hand and your right foot. And whatever the case, go ahead and just look forward. And we breathe deeply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, release that back leg. Place your left hand on the ground. And inhale, we're going to push ourselves back up through downward facing dog one more time. Then walking out your feet, walking out your hamstrings. Do something similar one more time. We're going to inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, step through. This time, bring your right leg to the inside of your right arm. We're going to inhale, come up, and we're going to do a gentle spinal twist. So if you'd like, you can place your left hand on the ground, reach your right hand straight up, and if that's comfortable, go ahead and just stay here. If you have a block, it's also a great time to use a block. You can also bring your hands to heart center, twist over, hooking your left arm on your right knee, and bring your hands to heart center on the other side. I guess it's hard for you to see. Wait. Inhale, reach over, hands to heart center. And stay here if you'd like, or you can open up your arms. Let your gaze follow your hand up. We're going to take 7 breaths here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Inhale, come out of the twist. Back to center. And instead of going through downward facing dog, we're just going to open up our legs. And take a second hang here in the middle. If you'd like, you can interlace your fingers behind your back. Reaching back, shoulders back, and exhale, release. Letting your interlaced fingers just drop straight down. Keep having to move this around. Interlaced fingers dropping straight down. And a few breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands and walk over to your other leg. Coming back down into a runner's lunge. We're going to once more bring ourselves up. And we have a few options again for the twist. We're going to place our right hand on the ground. Reach our left arm straight up. And also use a block or anything if you would like to. And also place our hands at heart center. Twist our right elbow over our left knee, keeping our hands at heart center. And we can open up those arms. Allow our gaze to follow our left hand up towards the sky. Whatever you choose, find a comfortable position, and let's take 7 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale. Release. Let's come into pigeon really quick. So we'll go ahead, just stay on we'll switch to the right side. So step back into downward facing dog. Now bend our right knee, bringing our foot in towards us. Exhale as we step through. We're just going to place our right shin gently on the ground. If you'd like, you can stay standing up, sitting up. Or you can inhale and release yourself down to the ground. I like to place my head on top of my hands for maximum relaxation in the top half of my body, so that I'm able to just breathe deeply into my hips as they open up for me. I'll take a few more breaths here. Three, 2, 1. Inhale, push ourselves up. Curl our left toe underneath us and push back into downward facing dog. And once we're on the other side, we're going to inhale, bend the left knee, come forward, drop our shin down to the ground. Inhale, push up. And we can either stay here, sitting up, or we can come down to our elbows, or all the way down to our hands. And again, just breathing deeply here. We tend to store a lot of tension in our hips. This is a really great pose to relax into. If you feel anything coming up for you, just bring your attention back to your breath, flowing easily in and out through your nose. Let's take 3 more breaths. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, we're going to push ourselves up. Curl our toes. Come back into downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, we're just going to come straight into child's pose. So bringing our heels together, our knees out to the side, and dropping down. Our head is on the ground. Our arms are reaching out in front of us. If you'd like, you can stay here. But if you'd like a slightly deeper chest opening, we're going to bring our palms to touch in front of us. And bend at the elbow, bring your hands over our head, and we're just going to breathe deeply here. Take 5 breaths here. 5, 4, breathing deeply into your diaphragm. 3, 2, feeling an opening in your heart and your shoulders. And 1. Exhale, release your arms out in front of you. And inhale, we're going to come up. Bring our knees together. We're going to come to puppy pose, which is a variation on down dog. So if we're in tabletop right now, we're going to walk our hands forward just a little bit. And we're going to bend straight down so that our knees stay more or less in line with our hips, but our chest is coming straight down to the ground. Placing your forehead on the floor, reaching forward, you can either stay here in this pose, or again, you can bring the palms to touch and bend at the elbow. Breathing deeply into your chest and your shoulders. Take 10 breaths here. 10, 9, really breathing into your chest, feeling it open. 8, 7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Exhale, release your hands out in front of you. Give yourself one little stretch here. And then inhale, we're going to gently walk ourselves back up into tabletop. And crossing our legs over. No, let's come into butterfly. Coming into butterfly. Our feet come to touch. Actually, let's do this. We're going to come to cow face pose. So we're going to cross our knees, one right over the other. As I sit up a little bit to get that adjustment right. Let's get our left knee on top, our right knee underneath to begin with. We're going to inhale, extend our arms out to either side. Twist so that our right arm is coming up opposite our left leg. And then bend, trying to get your fingers to touch behind you. Rolling your shoulders back and straightening out. Let's take 5 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more deep breath because I really like this pose. And exhale, go ahead, release your arms out to either side. Before we move on, we're gonna mix this up a little bit. We're gonna again inhale our arms out to either side. This time we're gonna cross in front. Our right arm stays on top to be opposite our left leg on top. We're gonna twist our hands around each other so that our palms come to touch. Inhale, we're gonna lift our elbows up to meet our shoulders and breathe in and out through our nose. Five breaths here. 1, 2, roll your shoulders down your back while reaching your elbows up. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Release your arms if you'd like. Roll your shoulders back a little bit, interlace fingers. Give yourself a little bit of a wiggle. Exhale. Inhale. We're gonna release our legs. Let's just take a second of butterfly right between our next big twist. Reach yourself forward. Some movement in, whatever feels good. And we switch to the other side. Bending our left knee underneath, crossing our right over. Trying to get our knees as crossed over as we can, but respecting our bodies and finding a place that's comfortable for us. Inhale, you're going to extend your arms out to either side. And this time we're going to rotate, bring our left arm on top, bend at the elbow, right arm under. Get your fingers to touch, if possible, not necessarily. This is also a great time to use a band or a bell or something to try to help you get that stretch behind your back. And inhale deeply. Right, noticing a little bit of a crick in my left shoulder blade. So as I breathe, I'm trying to breathe as deeply as I can into that area to try to get some of that healing energy worked out over there. One more breath deeply into your nose. And exhale, release. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did on the other side. So inhale, release, or extend your arms out to either side. Exhale, bring them in. Your left arm is on top because your right knee is on top. And inhale, deeply into your back. Exhale, see if you can lift your elbows a little bit higher. Inhale, roll your shoulders down. Exhale, try to make sure that your hands are at a 90-degree angle. Two deep breaths here. And exhale, release. Gonna release our legs as well. And we're gonna roll onto our back. So from the seated position, we'll roll onto our back and just gently, however much you'd like, whatever feels good for you. Try to massage your spine a little bit. And once you're done rolling, go ahead and just find yourself on the ground with your knees pulled into your chest. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. Say thank you. We're going to take our hands and grab the outside of each of our feet, outside of the middle of each of our feet, and come into happy baby pose. This pose, go ahead and just move your legs around. Trying to get a feel for your body, a feel for how you're doing, feel for how your legs are doing, or just have some fun with it, whatever you'd like. Keeping our elbows, not our elbows, our knees splayed out to the side. Gonna inhale, bring our knees back in, and then extend them straight out in front of us. Well, extend your right knee straight out, your right leg straight out in front of you. Bend your left knee in, extend your left arm out to the side. Inhale deeply, exhale, twist your left knee over your right side. Try and keep both your shoulders on the ground and let your gaze go over your left arm. And then just take a few breaths here. Breathing deeply in and out through your nose. Let's take one more breath. And exhale. Back through center. And releasing our left leg out. Inhale, you're going to bring your right knee in. Extend your right arm out to the side. Then exhale, twist your right knee over to your left side. Keeping your gaze following your right arm. Try and keep both shoulders flat on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, and 7. Inhale, come back through center. And release your right leg out in front of you. Go ahead. We're going to come to Shavasana. In Shavasana, your feet are falling open to either side. Your hands are palms up, shoulders back down your back. Close your eyes. And just take a moment to connect with your body. Check in, see how you're feeling. Bring your attention to your breath. The easy inflow and outflow. Whenever you feel ready, go ahead and roll over onto your right side, using your right arm as a pillow for your head. Take a breath or two here. Go ahead and push yourself up, keeping your eyes closed into a comfortable seated position, similar to the one that you were sitting in at the beginning of your practice. Bring your hands to heart center. Give thanks to yourself, to your body, to your mat. And I thank you for practicing with me today. Thank you so much for joining me for practice today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and rest of your week. And I hope to see you here virtually sometime again soon. Have a good one.